Hey folks, it's Zach here. Welcome back to the Murray Homestead. And today I'm going to be giving y'all a quick little update on our meat birds, and I'll show y'all kind of the enclosure I set up for them and how I'm going to rotationally graze them and the hoop house that I built for them. So first things first, I decided to build a hoop house basically because it's the most economical way to house chickens safely. So basically all it is 3 cattle panels. So this thing is 8 foot wide by 12 feet long. And my wife can get up in there. You can see, you just take those cattle panels and make an arch with them. And then you'll use some baling wire to connect them together. And if you can see, the whole structure itself is surprisingly sturdy with very minimal effort. So I used pressure treated 2x6s on the bottom and just screwed them together and made a rectangle. And then I used some 2x4s here to make a frame on either side. And on this side, again, I used 2x4s to make a door. And I used a combination of chicken wire and hardware cloth to enclose the front. And then on the inside, if my wife can get in there a little bit, you can see I used some natural branches from a couple trees I took down to make perches, and then I also have a little ladder style perch in the back. I'll get up here and show y'all. For the water, I got these old sausage brine barrels. If you just Google in your area like plastic barrels, food grade, there's usually a lot of these for sale, and I got them for about $10 a piece. And then I put little poultry nipples on them, and so this thing will hold about 25 gallons of water. And this one here, I use this little gravity feed system, and where the chickens actually have to put their head in there. And even with crumbles, there's really not that much waste. But now that they're getting bigger, I'll switch them over to pellets. And then for the roof, if you want to call it that, I use this tarp I got from Harbor Freight. It's their extreme duty tarp. If you live in a place with an HOA, it's not the most beautiful thing ever. It's not really that bad, but HOA probably will say, no, bro. But we obviously do not have that issue. And why I like this so much is that this entire roof, if you want to call it that, or covering, was $40 from Harbor Freight. I have one on my other chicken coop that's almost 2 years old, and it is still in 95% condition. Another really nice thing is that it's silver on one side and black on the other. So right now it's reflecting a lot of heat, and when you walk in there, it legitimately feels much, much cooler than it does outside. And then in the winter, if you want to take off these, all you got to do is untie from these eyes here. I put little eye bolts in here and just use some parachute cord to tighten them. So if all you do is untie those, you can flip it and it'll be on the black side out. So it's actually going to be soaking in heat in the winter. And then worst case scenario, this thing does get damaged somehow. It's all good. It's a $40 replacement. So if you can see here, we're breaking history here. They've been in for a little over a week now, and I literally just now opened up the door for the first time to let them out into their new little pasture, and they're already coming out. So that is super exciting. I'm doing it this way because this enclosure here is really just for them to have a place to keep their food dry and for them to go roost at night. So what I've done here is I fenced in about a 1/4 acre, and maybe a little bit closer to about a 1/2 acre, but I did it inside my pre-existing perimeter fence. That way my livestock guardian dogs can still have 360-degree protection around the chicken coop, because everything wants to eat chickens. So the chickens technically have a double layer of electric fence to keep them in. And so as far as ground predators, I have absolutely zero concern with anything getting to them. For aerial predators, there are hawks in the area, and we're really just going to have to wait and see. There are certain things you could do to mitigate that, But for the most part, I'm just gonna wing it, no pun intended, and see how it goes. And the way I'm gonna do them is I'm gonna move this hoop house on to this side of the pasture about once a week and let them eat all the grass and flower and bugs. And then I'll put the hoop house back over here. And I guess that's one of the most important parts about the hoop house that I did not mention. If you come back here, you can see I put an axle on it, right? And this is just a threaded rod I got from Tractor Supply. And then I got some wheelbarrow wheels from Harbor Freight. And you can see it's very not heavy. So all I gotta do is put the wheels on there. And then I got these eye bolts up front. And you can drag this thing around very, very easily. So it's very cost effective. Including the wheels, this whole thing was at most $250. And so for an 8 by 12 foot enclosure that can keep them completely safe from predators, and I'm a little over 6'2", and I can walk in and walk out nice and easy. This, in my opinion, was the best setup, and it works really, really well. And again, for the covering, if something does happen to the covering, you know, with their storm or whatever, it's all good. It's $40 to replace. So this should last a really, really long time. So that's about it. We just want to give y'all a quick update, show y'all kind of the setup we got going on here. And I'm really excited to start letting our birds out and get natural sun, fresh air, be able to, you know, spread their nice little manure all over this section of the yard, and just give them an overall better life. So that's about it. If y'all have any comments or suggestions, questions, anything like that, for sure put them down below. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe so you can keep on seeing cool stuff like this. And if I need to do a more detailed, like how to build video on this, I can do it. But that's part of the advantage of these, is that it's very easy and you need minimal tools. You don't need anything fancy. And it is cheap and it works. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.